Assalamu alaikum. I am Uttam Kumar, ID 921313. My presentation topics: Charles Dickens biography. Charles Dickens, Charles Johns Huffam Dickens, was born in Landport, Portsmouth, on February 7, 1812. Charles was the second of 8 children to John Dickens, 1786-1851, a clerk in the Navy Pay Office, and his wife Elizabeth Dickens, 1789 to 1863. The Dickens family moved to London in 1840 and 2 years late to Chatham, Kent, where Charles spent early years of his childhood. Due to the financial difference, they moved back to London in 1822, where they stayed in Camden Town, a poor neighborhood of London. Young Dickens. The defining moment of the Dickens life occurs where he was 12 years old. His father, who had a difficult time maintaining money, was constantly in debt, was imprisoned in the Marshall debit prison in 1824. Because of his, Charles was withdrawn from school and forced to work in the warehouse that handled baking of shoe polish to the help support the family. This experience, life performs psychology and sociology effect of Charles. It gives him the first-hand occurrence with the poverty and made him the most burghers and influenced the voice of the working class in his age. After a few months, Dickens' father was released from prison and Charles was allowed to go back to school. After 15, his formal education ended and he found employment as an office boy at the autumn's hold. He studies the shorthands at night. From 1813, he worked as a shorthand reporter in the court and afterwards as a parliamentarian and newspaper reporter. In 1833, Dickens began to continue short story and essays to periodicals. A Dinners at Popular Work was Dickens' first published story. It appears in the monthly magazine in December 1833. In 1856, his popular had allowed him to buy a god high place and stand he has admitted since childhood. In 1858, Dickens begins to see stories, a period reading which became the instantly popular in all. Dickens performed more than 400 times. In the year after a long period of difficulties, he separated from his wife. He was around the time that Dickens became involved in affairs with a young actress named Ellen Tarana. the excess natures of the relationship in unclean, but he was the clearly central of Dickens' personally and professionally life. Charles Dickens died at home on June 9, 1870, after suffering a stroke. Mm, this inscription on the tomb reads: He was the sympathies of the poor, the suffering, and the opportunity by his date on one of English greatest writer in last of the year. Thank you.